Hello, my name is Katy Wilson and I used to go to Ulverston Victoria High School, and today I'm going to talk to you about my life after leaving school and give you all some advice. So when I left school at 18, I went to university straight away. So I finished my sixth form at Ulverston Victoria High School sixth form, and then I went to the University of Stirling in 2006. I studied English studies, which was a combination of English literature and language, as well as a lot of Scottish history components as well. I also did a couple of modules in psychology, philosophy, and Scottish history as well, but English was my main degree. I moved away, sorry. It's the first time I've ever left home. My parents have lived in the same house my entire life. It was quite daunting, the idea of moving away, but I was really excited about it. And I think growing up in a small town, everything's quite normal. I enjoyed having that new experiences. I enjoyed meeting different people from different cultures and all over the world. And I found living at home was fantastic. Having the freedom to do whatever you wanted as well. It was quite daunting at first, but also incredibly liberating, and it was brilliant. I had such a good time. There were a lot of places to socialise and study. There was a big library. The university had a big library, as well as sort of lots of computer rooms that you could go in and do your work there. I spent a lot of time studying in the computer labs, if you like. I also enjoyed studying at the local coffee shop. I found I enjoyed writing essays there. That sort of environment worked for me. And I found it quite easy to motivate myself to study in various locations. I enjoyed the course. I enjoyed what I was learning, and I always have enjoyed learning. So I didn't find it difficult to motivate myself too much to study. I didn't have a part-time job. No, I decided to focus on my studies. I just wanted to just go up to university and just have the full experience and just focus on getting the best possible result and working on my studies. So it was my decision not to get a job. I just wanted to sort of enjoy the whole university experience. It didn't take me too long to settle in. I've always been quite an outgoing, quite a confident person. I can make friends with anyone, so I found it quite easy to settle in. I made friends with a lot of the people in the halls that I lived with on the same floor, and I was the sort of person that could go up to someone in a bar, tap them on the shoulder and ask how they were, and made friends like that. So I didn't find it too hard fitting in. Though of course, as always, homesick. I'm an only child, and never having left home before. It was quite an experience. I did get quite homesick at times, especially at night. But yeah, I was lucky. I found some friends that helped me settle in. I made some friends quite quickly. So yeah, it was pretty good. I don't remember too much about my first day. I remember going to the Freshers Week with some of the people in my house in my first week. And I just really enjoyed it. Being surrounded by people who are like you was just such an amazing experience. I remember, coming back from the Freshers Week, just thinking this is just brilliant, having such a wonderful time, thinking this is like nothing I've ever experienced before in my life. It was just fantastic. It was really good. The accommodation was okay. It was pretty good actually. So I had a room. It was quite a small room, but of all the sort of halls, mine was probably the second nicest that I lived in. I made it feel like home by adding lots of photos, and I made it very personal to me. So I put loads of photos, excuse me, of me and my friends up there. I just sort of personalized it to make it feel like home. And I did, it was lovely. I enjoyed my room. I enjoyed having that space just to be. And I think the best thing about it is just having it was nice that you had a room. So if everything was getting too much and you just, there was too much going on and you just needed a place just to be quiet, it was a nice sort of sanctuary to escape. However, on the other hand, it could get quite noisy or rowdy if there was, people in the kitchen doing games or whatever, or, people in the next to you who were talking. So you could escape from it, but only so much. So there's sort of the good things and bad things for me. I made friends with, as I said, I was the sort of person that just made friends with anyone. I got on a lot with the people on the corridor that I lived with. I also made friends with a couple of people sort of downstairs who I just sort of noticed around the atrium and around the accommodation area where you could hang out. One of whom is now still my best friend, which is lovely. I made friends with some people on my course, of course. Some people through English. I think it was nice. I did have a lot of support, actually. I found it quite easy to talk to a lot of people. I made friends with, there were quite a few girls that I was friends with on campus. There were quite a lot of guys I was friends with. So I definitely felt like I had some support, and there were lots of people I felt I could turn to. So I was very lucky in that respect, meeting someone. I now am a teaching assistant. No, I'm not. I have been a teaching assistant. So basically, when I got out of university, the first thing I did was I worked for a charity that helps students aged 15 to 19, the vulnerable students in the heart of Glasgow, they'd been expelled from school, and my job was to try and help them get a job. So I was like a classroom assistant. I helped these teenagers. It was such a good job. I loved it so much. But it was only a 6-month contract. I met some wonderful people. There were some students there that had such a terrible life, and it was really eye-opening to learn about all the things that they'd experienced. But I like to say that I helped them, and I had a good rapport with them, and that was a really good job. Then I moved down to the northeast of Newcastle, which is where I'm based now. I worked in supply for many years as a classroom assistant, as a nursery nurse. I've always sort of been in education until I took a couple of years to work in the hospitality industry. I was a hotel receptionist for a few years, and now I am an English tutor. I'm a self-employed English tutor. I go to people's houses and I tutor them English, or I do it online. And I love my job. I'm very blessed that I do the job that I do. It is just a fantastic opportunity. It's amazing. My advice to anyone, I would always encourage people to go to university, because it's not just about the course that you do. It's about the experience that you get from it. You meet the most amazing people there. I met my husband there. I met some of my best friends there. It's just an experience like none other. And it was 4 years. I was there 4 years. It was 4 years of my life that I look back and I think, wow. And if I could do it again, I really would, to a certain extent, definitely. However, I'm well aware that university isn't for everyone. So I would take some time to think about what you really, really want. It's really tricky because you're not, it's hard. Some people know exactly what they want to do, but a lot of people didn't. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to go to university, and I knew that it was a way of making something of myself. So I would advise you to think about what it is you want, and work for it. So university, especially growing up in Cumbria, it gets you away from the whole, it just gets you away from, it gives you a new experience. And I think that new experience you get is crucial. So I would encourage, go for it. But if you're not interested in it, find something you are interested in. But education is always really important. I say this to all my students. So it's important to get a good education. If you go to college, whatever, it's still important to make sure you get an education. So my advice was make sure you do well, you get educated well, and then just figure out what it is that you want to do. Ask for help, ask for people's advice, opinions. Talk to your parents, talk to your peers, talk to your teachers, and find out, you know, get some help and get some support. But honestly, if you get the opportunity, you should go to university because it is such good. It's such a good, it's so fun. It just is absolutely brilliant. Just, it's amazing. So yeah, that's basically me. I hope that you have a wonderful time, and I hope that this has inspired you. And I've given you some experiences about what it was like for my university life. It was fantastic. Pretty much loved every second of it. Ups and downs, obviously, but generally just brilliant. So much fun. I want to wish you all the best of luck, and I hope you have a great time, whatever the circumstances. Bye.